What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Most of us are not married, and many of us will never get married. But for some people, they're still going to do it. And I'm not mad at that because we already know about the Black community and single parent homes and stuff like this. But as we know, there is a divorce attorney who is named James Sexton. And James Sexton has basically come out and pretty much blasted Travis Hunter for making the dumbest decision possible that he can make. And this guy's going viral. I mean, nobody asked for his opinion on this, but he's even offering to help the entire 2025 draft class in the NFL with free prenups. And I want you to see exactly what he has to say.
Hunter has a prenup. Everyone who's married has a prenup. It just was written by the state. It was written by the government. Okay. Rather than written by him and the person he allegedly loves more than the other 8 billion other options in the world. Like every marriage has a prenup. A prenup is just a rule set. Okay. Right. And Travis Hunter is a smart guy who knows how to play within a rule set because his NFL career and his college career, all this demonstrates how well he plays within a rule set. Anytime I've represented professional athletes, which I've many of over a 25-year career, I can tell you, these guys know how to work within a rule set. They know how to bend a rule set. They know how to comport themselves to what's expected of them. But what's foolish here is that he has decided, look, I've been to the DMV. I've never walked into the DMV and went, these people should be in charge of everything. They should be in charge of the rules of my relationship. And see, NFL players in particular are really susceptible because here's why. NFL players have the shortest careers of professional.
He talks about this advice about a personal prenuptial agreement instead of relying on the state's default laws. And this is a smart and cautionary step, especially for athletes with short career spans. And I want to talk about that because freakish things happen in the NFL. I mean, how many times do we see a guy drafted in the first round, a guy that is, we believe can have a Hall of Fame potential? And we won't talk about professional sports. It also matters where you go. I mean, if you go to a good organization historically, like the Pittsburgh Steelers, your career, you especially if it's on defense, you have a better opportunity, even as a wide receiver, than you going to somebody historically like the Cleveland Browns, who the Cleveland Browns are the Las Vegas Raiders. Every year they have a new coach. As far as the Raiders are concerned, you're going to be at the bottom of the AFC Central. You get with somebody like the Bengals, for an example. They don't like to spend money, particularly. The team culture is not good. The Carolina Panthers. I mean, if you go there, not only can you just get hurt, you're playing under different regimes. So what happens is one general manager, or the Bears are terrible. One general manager can love you and draft you, and then another general manager can think that you can't play and get rid of you. Let's look at what's going on with Brian DeBall in the New York Giants. They just drafted Jackson Dart. Okay, now Brian DeBall. This is a guy that in his division, it's the toughest division in football right now. They're the Dallas Cowboys. They just got George Pickens at receiver. Okay. You have the Washington Redskins. Okay. They went with Jaden Daniels. And then the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champions. So what you have in that division are the reigning NFC championship game contenders in the same division. And you were terrible last year. And you have Russell Wilson at quarterback, and you have Jameis Wilson as a backup, and then you have Jackson Dart in the third string. And if you don't win this year, you're fired. What does that mean for Jackson Dart? That means that he could get a new general manager, a new head coach who doesn't value him. And even though he's a good talent, if they don't believe in him, what will they do? They'll draft another quarterback. And if they draft another quarterback, then he gets traded to another team that didn't draft him, and then his career could be over. And this is what happens to all NFL players. First round number 1 picks, first round number 2 picks. Now these guys get a little bit more leeway if you look at Trey Lance, because Trey Lance is a first round pick before. He's gotten opportunities, with the Niners, the Cowboys, now with the Chargers. I mean, if you look at Alex Smith, when he was playing, he got a bunch of opportunities as the number one pick, formerly couldn't play for the first few years, but look at what happened with him. All those different offensive coordinators, all those different coaches with a terrible organization. I'm a Niners fan. At that time, it was terrible. So you look at Travis Hunter, and all of those things are not in your control. You can't help if you get hurt. So then when you sign a contract like this, and then you have a prenup, and then your career doesn't last long, and then your chick takes your money, then who's to say you're going to be successful after your career? Now, let's look at guys like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp has Club Shay Shay. Shout out to Club Shay Shay. Club Shay Shay and the Nightcap podcast, these podcasts, okay, are very good. But now look at what's happening with everybody else. Folks are flooding the market. Now you got Fat Joe and Jadakiss got a podcast. Cameron and Mace got a podcast that covers sports. Everybody got a podcast now. Paul Pierce's own podcast. Up in Smoke, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, Cam Newton. So now, you might not be in the game, so you get hurt, something like this happened, and then you give your money to a clapper, and that's the problem, guys. Giving money to a clapper is always a problem. A clapper who didn't like you. I have a hard time spending money on chicks who I know that if I can figure it out, that a dude that didn't have nothing with that you was doing something for him, I don't care how much I like you. If I see any proof of that you was messing with a dude that can't give you nothing, I'm not dealing with you. If I get any proof that this is what's happening, that's the situation. And when it comes to Travis Hunter, he didn't see so much evidence of this that it's not clear. So what are you saying? You're saying that, look, I don't care if you get your cheeks clapped by dudes who can't do nothing for you. Just stay with me and I'ma trust you. It's one thing to trust the state. It's another thing to trust a prenup. But to trust a clapper who's already been clapping while y'all was together, who been in dudes' DMs, you're gonna trust her? Somebody who can't give nothing to herself? This person, this individual here? That's who we trusting? Is that who we trusting, fam? A booty clapper? I can see if, she was none out there like that. The chick was faithful. Y'all had some problems. She with you for 20, 25 years. It don't work out. You was cheating or you got caught in a public scandal. Then I can get that. I understand that. I understand that you gotta take care of your chick, something like that. But a dude who won't give her nothing, a guy who can't give her nothing, a dude who won't give her nothing, bruh, this is where we have problems, fam. This chick was gonna be a nobody. She didn't have a shot. She didn't have any shot. She was going to be nothing. She was going to be a clapaholic. That was all she was going to be, bruh. That was it. That was all. It was finished. It was over. That's all she had brought to the table, man. It was over. It was done with. And you gave her all of that? Then bought her a $600,000 wedding gift? Hell nah. I can't do that. I can't do that. Not at all. I can't, man. I'm sorry. I know I'm sounding down bad. I know I'm sounding like this. I can't do it, bro. So guys, what do we think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. We're out.